mi gente. Hello, my folks. Un poquito de todo. Glad to be here today. It's one of those days. Letting you know.
It's one of those days, for sure.
I don't know dónde va a ir este show ahora. Just to let you guys know, it's kind of a Q&A with me and Yvette. Q&A, I guess, more towards me. But I want to talk, like I said, un poco de todo. I don't know what direction we're going to go. I have a lot on my mind, a lot in my heart. Oh my God, I'm getting emotional already.
I'm just excited to dissect it. I want to see. So I want to crack the Liz code. La reina de las casas. We need to crack the code, and I think this is good for everyone to see.
Yes, the rawness. This happens a lot. Okay, guys.
Yes.
So mentiras and bullshit que la gente piense that we're not human and real and whatever you see on like social media. Oh my God, I'm this emotional today.
It's okay. Let it out. Let it out.
La pintura, the makeup.
No, it's a lot. Anyways, people need to see this. This is important.
I guess, but this is not the direction that I wanted to go. I did want to like kind of say some stuff, but which I'm going to and stuff. So okay. Anyways, let me just dive into it. So yesterday I was having like a little moment, and let me compose myself. So I was having a moment. I was having a great day, planning my day. I have, different things in the business that we're gonna start doing, and good things, positive things to make the team grow, to have, just more leads, stuff that I've been doing, but we're just kind of 2.0, I guess, enhancing it, right? So, and we do that all the time, we do that all the time, us old school folks and stuff. So we're just trying to better ourselves. So anyway, so throughout, I guess, the day, I think more and more as I'm like thinking of business and the direction that I want to go, and just things that you see on social media. And I think you might feel the same way as I do, because I think I saw like you were having some sort of like moments, I think last week and stuff. So we're all trying to figure things out as we go. But at the end of the day, I almost feel like what is right, what's wrong, and sometimes what we're doing that's working, we tend to sometimes question ourselves because other people are doing other things. And I'll go into detail about that. So I think that we get caught up too much sometimes in social media, which is not a bad thing, because obviously we're doing this for content. We're doing this to have messages out there and people see what reality is
behind the scenes.
Yes, okay, because there's a lot of behind the scenes that
it's not just
we don't
rainbows
post
and
or whatever.
Yeah.
My assistants, a lot of my agents tell me, Liz, you do so much, but yet nobody knows about it. Nobody posts. You don't post it. Nobody seems to, or I'll get people who do know me. They get to meet me, and they're like, oh my God, you're like this bubble of energy, and you're so great. Like, why doesn't anybody know about you? Right?
or they want to know about you.
Who needs to know about me? So that's the thing. So where is it that we need, who do we need to be validated from? Like, I don't think I ever needed validation. And then now I feel like, I'm gonna get emotional again. So now I feel like everybody else needs to like validate you for you to be a big deal. And I am a freaking big deal.
Yeah.
Like, I've always been a big freaking deal.
You've proven yourself in this industry. As a leader, as a producer, you can get it done.
Yes.
And I don't think you see it matched on social media. The respect isn't matched on social media. There's a lot of...
But from who, though? And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, who are we? So we've been doing this for such a damn long time. And I've always stayed in my lane. And I've always been successful. Now, and everybody's success is defined differently. Okay? So, and we've discussed this all the time. Everybody's success is defined differently. But... yesterday was one of those things like, God, you know what? God's blessed me year after year, because every year, have I had tough years? Absolutely. And let's just say, and people that are posting on social media, they have bad years too. They have bad months, but it's all, a show. It's a fucking show.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like we doubt ourselves a lot of the times, but I've been very, very successful year after year. I've made a lot of money. and I'm content with what I do. And yes, and I do more every year maybe, and I'm growing. Not everybody knows, again, what I do and stuff. But where is it that, do I need to post? I said the other day, do I have to post my what? Do I have to post my 1099s, my taxes on social media so people could understand?
That would be an idea. I mean, that would really be something.
Right? I mean, like, where is it that we have to draw the line? So social media sometimes gets to be drawn like, hey, don't post it this way. Don't wear this. Don't say this. The other day somebody said, or don't buy ads, or don't. Fuck, do whatever the heck you want to do to validate yourself or you. Like, everybody always tries, and then just because somebody has 100,000 followers or somebody won an award for fucking social media, whatever it is. And sorry that I'm cursing. It's not really my thing, but I'm so annoyed. It doesn't mean that they're better than you. I just understand that. It doesn't mean that they are better than you. I've seen people that they're trying to possibly put their name out there, as we all are, but for who and for what? We're trying to go on social media for likes, I think, for leads, maybe. Is that?
I would say exposure for the community to see who we are and what we do.
Okay, but for what? Why is it that we're doing that? You tell me. Why do you think? Because I've never done that, so I mean I'm doing more. But why is it that you think that people are exposing themselves more? For what?
I think for people, for me personally, I can only speak for myself. So for me, I think the exposure is good because when people see me, they feel like they know me and they feel comfortable enough to maybe refer a deal to me or to say, hey, I saw you on your post. It's a great post. You know, I am interested in buying a house. Maybe we can talk. I feel like it's a gateway to maybe open up a conversation for success because I think that we can be intimidating maybe as Latinas in business and maybe not approachable. I mean, at least that's how I feel sometimes. I mean, I'm 6 foot tall. I mean, I feel like I'm not very approachable at times. So when people see my posts, they feel more comfortable saying, hey, I saw your post, and it leads into more. That's how I feel it is.
But what did you do before that? What did you do before? Because
boots on the ground.
Exactly. Okay, that is my point. So
boots on the ground.
What did we do before that?
I sat my butt in the sales office and I sat there for 8 hours a day on the weekends and I greeted every single person that came through the door and I introduced myself. I would go to open houses and I would sit there and I would introduce boots on the ground. I would meet people and talk to people face to face. I think that's super important. Social media or not, you still need to be out there. Correct. In the community
and pave the way. So and that's, I guess, sometimes I feel like, and maybe you could relate to this too, that like we're so into the social media because people are doing it and they're telling you how to do it. And then you see like, oh my God, this one's doing this. Oh my God, this one did do this. Oh my God, this one's has this big group, this, whatever it may be. And sometimes I feel like we don't belong. Like, don't you feel
imposter syndrome? I talked about that. Yeah,
that we don't belong and stuff. But what happens if we don't have social media tomorrow? Mm-hmm. What happens if we stop, really like paying attention to everything that everybody says? The world got shut down in 2009, 20, whatever, the whole entire world. Right. What if that happens? My whole thing is that I continue to do radio. Hopefully the radio never goes away. But I continue to do radio. People don't see me. They don't see who I am. They don't see what I'm, my face, my demeanor, my whatever it may be. But they listen to me. They listen. They people that we meet face to face, something that we say to them, they connect with us, and that stays with them at the end of the day. And do I post all that? No, I don't. Should I post every single interaction that I have? Because we have a lot of interactions. And you know what? And I get so many leads and referrals based on that sometimes I feel like, okay, we're doing it. We are doing the social media. And it was so emotional for me yesterday because it's almost like I needed, like, who do I need this validation from? Who needs to validate me so they think that I'm good? Because I'm fucking good already.
But who are you craving that from?
I'm not.
Clients?
I'm not.
Because who's important?
For me, like, my validation at the end of the day are my clients.
Right.
That's who validates my feeling. My colleagues, I mean, I can't say I love everybody. We use that word very loosely. Mm-hmm. There's some people that really do get on my fucking nerves.
We tolerate a lot.
Yeah. And sometimes, you know what, I've met people coaches. I've met people who are supposedly speakers because somebody must have been attracted to you or whatever you said, which at the end of the day, as long as we get to someone, we made a difference. I think we've done our job, I think. And so I give it to all those people that are out there and stuff, but you're doing it also because you want to make money from us.
Bingo.
You want to make money from us.
You just hit
I know
the nail
that.
on the head.
You know what? And somebody said, and I wrote it on a piece of paper and I thought I had it with me, but anyways, and it's going to sound like, it's almost like people listen to others when they have nothing else. They have no money. They have no leads. I don't know if that sounds like an asshole saying or something, but I feel that the weak sometimes, and sometimes I feel like, fuck, am I having a weak moment? That we tend to believe someone because they're on social media. Y lo quería decir en español también, pero el que lo entendió. But sometimes we end up like paying attention to someone because we think like, God, they're badass. God, they have all these followers. God, they are like, they're doing something right. God. And then, and these are sometimes like realtors, coaches, whatever. And then you look them up and I'm like, no, they don't. They're all fucking full of shit. It's, they're all damn full of shit. And I think sometimes you sit back and you end up questioning yourself. You do question. There's no doubt about it that you do question yourself.
Well, it's a culture. Social media and coaching and all of that pedestal. It's a culture very much in real estate and mortgage. There's people on pedestals and it's a thing, right? It's almost like they're rock stars. But at the end of the day, you have to dissect it and say, okay, well, how genuine is this person? Are they have the charisma, they can make money on stage. It's a business.
Yeah.
They're making money off of the less fortunate. And I think that's what pisses you off because that's how we operate our business is we don't like when people take advantage of our people.
Correct. And then the people that are really working hard are overlooked.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're overlooked.
Because why? Because they're busy working hard.
And that's oh my God, I'm going to cry again. So anyways, at the end of the day, you know what? Oh my God!
Let it out.
Stay in your own lane. I mean, do whatever like feels good in your heart and your mind.
Be genuine.
Yeah, and be genuine about it. I mean, you know what? I rather honestly I successfully close anywhere between 70 to 100 transactions every year, and I still manage to raise 3 beautiful girls. I have a husband, and I managed to do this, and I managed to be in other stuff, and it doesn't just because I'm not posting every day. Hey, I got 5 deals accepted. Hey, I got closed 15 deals today. It does, I almost feel like people think that like we're nobodies, And no, we don't need the validation. And I don't know, maybe it's an emotion of that. It's just like, gosh, damn, let us all do what feels right for us.
Yeah.
You know what? And just do whatever you think is right. And even if you're posting out there, which I think we should, because this is messing me. Oh my God. If my parents see, they're going to be like, ay, esta chillona.
No, it's very rare.
We're getting chillona. But, you know what, even if it's raw, even if it's something that's raw and you're feeling it at that moment, do whatever it does to connect with the human being as a soul, or whatever you need to do to get it out of your chest. And that's, I think, what's going on right now. I'm just getting it out of my system.
Yes, get it out. Social media is definitely an animal in itself, and it can be a very positive thing, and it can be a very overwhelming. And I had a conversation, and I talked about this in, I think, the video that you're referring to. I talked about this, and that's this person, a colleague of mine, was like, don't let it overwhelm you. Don't put too much into it because it can take over. Social media itself can take over, and it's in maybe a direction that you don't want to go into. So I think there's got to be a fine line between being inspirational, being educational, being validated in your own way, but still being able to manage your personal life and your professional life. Because a lot of people will just go all in on social media and let their pipelines go.
And that's another thing. I'm like, when do people have time to even work?
They don't.
I know they cannot. There's no way.
No.
You either do one thing or you do the other. And there's no, and again, and I'm not taking away from anyone. I want you to understand that's not, for me, it's more of a vulnerable moment because we work so damn freaking hard, and you do not question what we do or what we don't do or don't say. I'll go back to not naming any names, of course, but like, yes, I'll post stuff, just so you know. I will post stuff. And sometimes I'll post. I think I just posted something yesterday because my outfit was freaking cute.
Heck, cute, by the way. Go check it out. Super cute.
It was really cute. You know, I was
So
wearing
cute.
the glass and the whole thing.
She was rocking the look, the winery. She looked like
tasty.
she looked like la madrina.
That's
Forget
right.
la reina,
Hey,
la
hey,
madrina
espérate.
de las casas.
Me van a demandar. No. So I'll post stuff, you know, I will, you know, because I do it for me. I look cute, and I think I want to show off.
Yes.
I want to show
Show it off, girl. We're here for it.
I want to show off the outfit for sure. God, I was going somewhere, Iván, y ya se me fue la onda.
Yeah, the outfit. You posted something yesterday.
No, pero ¿qué estaban diciendo?
That you posted something yesterday.
No, but you said something else before that. Ay, se me pinche olvidó. Ay, disculpen. I forgot.
That's okay.
I don't know, but anyways, but I said something. I was gonna say something. Ugh. Hijo de su madre. But anyways, I posted the video, the thing, because I look damn cute, and I don't know. It'll come. Anyways.
Yes.
But anyways, that was my moment. Fuck, I was gonna make a really valid point. Y ya se me olvidó. This is what happens when you do.
The pipeline. So like when you can't.
Oh, ves, te digo, estoy loca. También estoy
estás
viejita.
loca. Oh, closer.
No,
Okay.
Estoy viejita también.
Yo también.
Yes, the pipeline. So when you have time to do that. Okay,
Yes.
so at the end of the day, not to take away from anybody, like, I'm a goal setter, okay? So I'm a numbers girl, and I want people who because people call me and stuff, like, how do you do it? At the end of the day, I like to set my goals. I'm a sales hoarder. I've always said that. I'm a true salesperson. That's what pays my bills, but not just because, and I think that's some of the questions, but I'm going ahead. I do what I do because I love I love doing what I do. And the people that meet me, my clients that meet me, I'm very, very passionate what I do. And with that, that's why I've been successful. No social media and stuff, but I've been very, very successful because it just shows. So I prospect. I call my clients, I call my old clients, I call my referrals. And with that, I know that every week in my mind, this is me, okay? And I'm like the rainmaker. I have some people, the team, in which they should be making a lot more money as well. But I know for me to fulfill me, not my money bank, not my bank account, not like, oh my God, can I make me better? But because I'm such a numbers driven, I need to have at least 5 contracts accepted every damn week. That's a huge number. Accepted, okay? So that means that weekly, and I tell this to my husband's like crazy, like he thinks I'm crazy. I need to have 4 approved buyers weekly. Listen to me. Focus on that, my folks. The social media, I get it and all that, but we're so entwined into that. Get a number that works for you. 4 approved buyers weekly. So for me, when I see my pipeline and my buyers and my list going down, what do? I hit the phones. So that takes away from my time. The other day, somebody posted something saying, what else is it that you're doing? Other than prospecting, what are you doing? Perfecting your script? And that's exactly what people are doing. Instead of actually working, instead of actually picking up the phone, instead of actually, having maybe somebody else call, what are you doing? Trying to perfect your script so you can put it on social media? That takes shit. Posting that post yesterday, I think it took me like a freaking hour and a half just because I wanted it to be perfect. So when do we have time? When? And we're trying to keep up with that, and we're trying to do this. So anyways, at the end of the day, even though I have my moment, and I'm going to continue to have moments, I want you to know that, because we're only human, and we're trying to keep up with these young folks, that aren't, not that they're not selling, but they're too focused on the wrong things. They really are. And when you're doing this, and you might have a shitload of followers, and you might think you're doing something great, but at the end of the day, what do you really have to show for? And that's what we need to really sit down and think about, So my youngsters out there, I'm here. You teach me, I teach you. But at the end of the day, team up with someone who's a human, who you can actually touch, not through social media all the time, not through maybe...
Who actually produces.
Yeah, and let them be your mentor to get you to the next level.
Right.
And
what do they say? If you can't, those who cannot do, teach.
Correct.
And that's why I've always been not against, but I'm not a rah-rah person. I don't like to go to these coaching events. Maybe I should. I just don't. I don't feel like there's nothing that they can show me that I don't already know, because back to the basics, like you talk about all the time. Back to the basics, right? It's simple.
And the basics should never freaking leave. You know what? I do go to these. I'll tell you. You know what? That's another thing that I was in my moment, and it's so funny because my husband recorded me while I was crying, and I was very, very vulnerable. And that's I think I go because we all want to learn. You know, we all want to learn and pick from different things and different people. But it's the same stuff over and over and over again. And then you look them up, like I said, and then really, yeah, they're a good salesperson. They have a good show and all that. But I'm so strong, I think, in my career, my personality, that no cualquier pendejo me va a convencer to jump on their bandwagon.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. You see through the smoke because you actually do the work and you have results. So
yeah,
when they're saying certain things, yeah, it might sound cool. People might clap and be like, oh my God, that's amazing breakthroughs. And you're like, I do that shit every day.
Yeah, I do it. Yes, I know. My little Zara, one of my agent's assistant, you know, like she tells me, she always tells me, she goes, you know what, if they only knew who you really are and stuff. And then they start looking at my numbers and they're like, oh, you're Liz. And fucking bullshit. Like, you know, so anyways. Yeah, no cualquier pendejo, and that's the end of the day, me va a convencer. And I say that
y
in the most...
with an O.
Oh, pendejo. No, nada de eso. But not in a mean, disrespectful way.
No.
What I'm saying is just that we're stronger than that. And those that aren't, we are.
Yes.
And not us, I say as individuals in general, my agents out there that are struggling, that are not making money, I mean, go out there and work, man. Like pick up the phone, get those. And if you're not closing a deal, because you can have all the freaking social media and every damn, outlet out there, platform, but if you don't know how to freaking close a deal, vale puro cacahuate everything that you're freaking doing. Honestly. True. Vale puro. I mean,
it's a waste of time and energy.
Time on the video, time, at least I'm freaking closing. I might not be, on social media all the time and have all these followers, but I don't know. I mean, I wanted to bring that up more than anything this moment, because I did see that you had a little bit of a vulnerable moment last week and stuff.
I did.
And I do feel that sometimes we just, it's not, and I don't crave it. I don't need, because again, I see these people that post on my, ay, me enfadaste. I'm like, ay, ya cállate, mute.
Yes, and you know what, I think too, this last year has really torn apart the business, and really we're starting to look under the hood of a lot of bullshit, because not everybody's doing great, right? It's very rare to have somebody that's like you still doing good and who did good in 2023.
And thank you, my Lord. Yes.
Because of your hard work, but a lot of people didn't. And so what happened was then they switched over to social media and other things, because they're just they weren't successful. They weren't hitting their goals, and that it's unfortunate. But we're starting to really rip apart the seams and starting to see people for who they are.
Correct.
Yeah.
I agree. But that's the thing. I mean, if you're doing what you're doing, don't put others down.
Right.
Don't make them feel that they're not validated. Don't make others what they're doing or they're struggling or because guess what? Just because you're behind the camera, just because you're posting all this we all have struggles.
Yeah.
We all struggle.
Right.
If it's one way with people that the fact that you're seeing me cry, people that know me and see me, that people that don't know me and they meet me and see me, and they see the strong, intimidated chaparrita, and has a strong personality. But I have a heart, and I do have moments where llorando and struggling, I'm making my freaking calls, and I'm still freaking making it happen, and that just pushes me to do better and stuff. But stop putting people down. But
you have to realize too that social media is also a business, and a lot of influencers will say something controversial, because that gets people talking in the comments, and that makes you money. So it's very disingenuous. Social media
Correct.
is disingenuous. It's all about the clicks, the likes, the how many people engage. That's what they get paid on. So you've lost yourself because now you're trying to make money over here. You're stepping over dollars to get to pennies,
Yes.
right? And then you lost yourself in the meantime. And so that's why I think why you're so frustrated, because you are such a genuine person and it's social media is just not matching that vibe right now.
And I think that's what it is. And I'm having a because that is where we're headed. Well, I mean, it's been there more than ever, I think. But yeah, you're right, because it's not. I know, like Danny kept saying yesterday, my husband, he goes, "Pero qué estás haciendo mal? You're doing everything, Liz." I mean, of course, in my husband's eyes.
But that's not what social media wants.
I know. I'm the best thing. And he goes, "You're doing everything right. People do exactly what you just said. They're out there doing and posting sometimes some stupid ass things.
Stupid shit.
Like I tell my kids with their TikTok, I'm like, ese baboso se hizo famoso haciendo esto." You know, but that's even hard work in itself, because you gotta still do babosadas to keep continuing and what people like and stuff. So at the end, yes, you're right. It's not the money for me. It really isn't about the money. Of course we need it because it pays the bills and stuff, but it's more. And that's where another thing that I say, I was like, something's just not freaking connecting to me. Like, I've made money. I'll continue to make money. And just because también social media, it's another thing. Hay la gente que hace dinero y luego están poniendo que sus private jets, que andan, some realtors out there, not naming them, they're flying on private jets y que están comprando que las cosas del marca and all that. I don't need to do any of that to validate me. I don't. I think that's all crappy, because puedes estar arriba ahora y mañana te puedes bajar.
We've known that.
Yes.
I mean, it's happened.
Te puedes bajar bien
Yes.
rápido. For me, my money
Yes.
works for my kids. I bought investments. I bought, stuff, and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's not about the money. It's just, there's something it's not connecting.
So, quality over quantity in your
for
case.
sure. Oh, no, it is for sure. It is. But I keep going on. This is a conversation. I wanted it to be for very little, but obviously, no sé, it keeps going and going and going.
Well, I mean, I think it has to be said. I think people think of it all the time, and they get frustrated when they're trying to do something similar and be genuine and maybe share on social media, and they don't hit per se, right? And they're like, what am I doing wrong? Well,
what is hit, right? Who says that? Who's hitting what?
If you go viral, right? Going viral is the thing.
Yeah, I guess. It's not about a viral for us. I mean, well, at least not for me. It really isn't.
Right.
It's not. It's a thing about us just, for me, honestly, it's feeling that, and that's something maybe that I'm getting older. I tolerate a lot less bullshit.
Yeah.
A lot less. And sometimes I'm like, I think I'm in the middle of this new era and still liking my old school stuff. And it's not even old school. It's just hard work. And I enjoy that. I enjoy the actual work. And at sometimes I feel like, fuck, I feel like I just don't belong. Like I just don't, like como que no hay conexión somewhere, and not that I'm doing anything wrong. I'm still así llorando y chillando. I'm still, but that's something that it might, resonate with others. And
I struggle with the same feelings.
yeah.
And I think that's very common to feel. And so I'm glad that you're talking about it, because it is something to be said. Especially as a woman, especially as Latina, I feel the imposter syndrome is real.
Yes.
I feel like we look the part, we actually perform the part, but we don't get the part.
Yeah, we don't get the part. It's so, you know what? That's one of the things, and I've never felt, I haven't. And now that you say that, it's kind of having maybe like an aha moment and stuff. I feel that I've never felt as a Latina that I've been, I think, discriminated. I haven't, okay? But I've always been in my own lane. And this is not really a crying moment, but I don't know why I'm getting emotional. But I've always been in my lane. I've done my thing. I've managed stores. I've gotten myself like this is me younger. I've done well for myself because I've worked hard.
You prove yourself.
I have, and todo lo que he hecho, I've always gone to the next level, against other cultures, okay? And I think I've never have felt, oh my God, I'm still having a aha moment. And I think I have never felt that I've been discriminated. I haven't, because again, but I feel now, maybe that's what it is. So I feel now as a Latina woman that I think maybe we are being overlooked.
100%.
That we're not, maybe because están otras, maybe not naming all the culturas, that they shine more because maybe they're a certain way, you know?
Or maybe they're men. Or maybe they're...
Or men. And then, and I feel, one, there's not enough women out there speakers, and there's not enough Latina women that were really making a freaking difference. We're not. Now that, I think that's maybe what it, like, shit, because there's more. Oh my God, this estás pinches lágrimas, Alex. But yeah, you know what? I guess at the moment, yeah.
I feel you.
But you know what? Do you feel okay? I'm talking more of because you do work in a man's
oh my
world,
gosh,
you know. But I'm talking more as me now, as because yes, I do see people that are up here, and not everybody. I'm not saying there's a lot of Latinas, and I give it to you and fucking chingonas. But do you feel that you compete with men a lot?
Oh, yes.
You do?
Yes. I can't say yes enough.
Okay.
And I do feel overlooked, and I do feel like I'm always behind the scenes making someone else look good when it's really me behind there sometimes. And no disrespect at all. I don't mean that disrespectfully at all. I just feel like I'm not taken seriously. There was one time where somebody commented something about me and my performance, and they said, "Oh, well, she has 4 kids. She's busy." Excuse me? I work harder than any man that would have 10 kids or zero kids.
Yeah.
That to me, don't discount me because I'm a woman. Don't discount me because I'm Latina, and don't discount me because I'm a mother.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not fair. I work very hard. So, and I think that's just how it is. I think people just assume there's stereotypes. Sexism is very real.
Oh, no, for sure. No, and I agree. And I think maybe you need to get out where you're at then. The people that are making you feel that. I mean, no.
But I mean, it's just the industry.
Is the mascara okay?
Actually, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good brand. Maybe you should shout them out.
Yeah, it's called Lash Extension.
They need to sponsor this video.
Yes, right? Yeah, maybe you need to. I'm telling you, yes.
And maybe we should edit that part out because I don't want to get in trouble. But
about what?
Just about like my personal experiences, but as
well,
a
you
whole,
don't know what company you're in.
It could be anywhere,
It
right?
could be anywhere.
But I just do feel that we are overlooked because we're Latina and we're women.
You know what? The one time, because I am the, what am I? I'm very, very strong, and strong in my own household and stuff. Stronger than my husband, personality-wise, when it comes to decisions that I make and stuff like that. So I guess, I don't know, I've never, like with him, he lets me take the lead, you know? I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for him, so let's just be clear and stuff. So I guess I've had that kind of like, hey, you know what? No, ningún hombre me va a hacer sentir, you know.
You're very lucky to have that.
And I am. So I want to, that I can't, because I will not ever discount my husband that way.
Yeah.
He is, no es machista, no es nada. So he does let me, he's always, and I know have I made more money than him? Yes. But I wouldn't be able to do it without him, you know?
Right.
And he supports me, thank God, with that and stuff. So together, so I think that's my mind. So I've never had.
You've never had it, yeah. And so I have that now, just to be clear.
Correct. Yeah.
But I didn't before, and so I've always had that mindset where I've been under someone's thumb, and so now I'm starting to find myself where you've always.
But do you think that makes a difference though?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because I want to make sure, yes. So I do think, yes, there are some men out there. I'll tell you a story where we used to work at, and I'm not going to mention his name because he's not even worth mentioning the name. But I felt it at one point when I would work in new homes. His name starts with an H. And
let's leave it at that.
Let's leave it at that. But that is the one time that I did feel, y era güero, era americano, but that's the one time that I did feel that he was so intimidated by me, and because I was so damn strong, no le tenía respeto, you know? So I think that some men, when they do come into your life, that they feel that they need to be respected, they're the man.
But that person was above you professionally, correct?
Oh, he was above me professionally.
But don't you feel like, why? Why couldn't that be me? I should be there. Why is it because you're a man? Is it because you're white? Why is it you and not someone like me?
Correct.
Do you think you would have ever had the opportunity to have a position like that?
There in that company, never.
And that's
Never.
very common. That's very
But that's
common.
what I'm saying. So that I did experience, and I think it was a lot that. It was more, even now, I think, if I would go, never, because of the culture and stuff. You work with only certain people that are going to allow. And I think men, I ended up quitting, just FYI, because of him, and because I wasn't going to let myself, I didn't want to give him the even slightest, like, you know, like the energy of like me not even kissing his ass, but I didn't respect him enough.
Right.
So,
and you know what? Now that, and I'm still the same, so I can say that now that it's women run.
Correct.
It's 1,000% different. And I have so much respect for the people that are on the top who are women. And even with where I work, where my bank is, it's woman. It's the CEO is a woman as well. It's a huge difference. And I always am going to champion this. I don't care if I sound sexist or I'm not. It's not that I don't like men. I do. Obviously, I love my husband and I love my boys. And I have great men in my life. But I don't feel like women are respected enough in the work. And they make such a difference. They run things differently. They really do.
Oh, we do. Yeah. And this is not a man versus women kind of thing. I don't want you guys to. It's just, you know, our experiences that we've had, struggles that we have. And I know that a lot of people and a lot of women do. They do experience that, you know. None of us in any industry should, even women, because nowadays, pues no sabes quién, la mujer también, sometimes, you know. Yeah. So no one should ever make you feel
and
little.
That's why it's important for us to do this. Exactly, and especially with our clients, like we empower them through real estate, right, to make women valuable, so that if they do have it in a situation where they're in a bad relationship and they need to get out, that they have the financial means to do so. I love to educate women. So do you. Yeah. You're such a good example for women to say, like, I could be successful. I have a good partner, but if I didn't, I wouldn't allow that. And this is why. Yeah. And a lot of women need to know that you can do it. You can do it. You can buy real estate. You can be a real estate agent. You can be the top of your class. You can do this. You don't need a man to tell you what you can and cannot do. You can do it. And I think that's really important for you. And this is so invaluable, what you're doing.
Yeah, and I want you to, oh my God, yeah. Well, and then I have 3 girls, and I feel like I owe it to them, you know, to do that and stuff, you know. I've always, early on, te digo, I feel like I'm just different. I'm a different.
You're not, you know what? It's a good thing.
I've always
pave the way. You gotta pave the way.
And I'm my biggest. I know my husband's like, pues qué más quieres? I'm like such. I am my own competition. Like it's never enough for me. And again,
that makes you different.
Yeah.
That's what makes you different. Sets like, you apart.
Don't you feel like, I mean, like I feel like the lioness in me hasn't came out yet. Like shit, I have so much more to give, and it's not like it's just not connecting. But early on, I feel like I knew what I wanted, and I want is. Again, this is not versus men versus women, whatever. Pero como mujer, whatever you have in there, I mean, keep freaking pushing, man. Push, and don't give up.
No.
And if you fall, because I'm almost 47, and at 47, I'm still like, yeah, tengo mi carrera and all that stuff. But do I still struggle with like, fuck, am I doing the right thing? Is this where I need to be? Is this, you know, yes, I've done this. Yes, I'm still, but you know what? I keep pushing every day. At the end of the day, I always say, Dios te va a poner en el camino that you belong. God is almighty. And I do. I leave it always, like yesterday, I was like, God, I surrender to you at all. Like whatever you want me to do, I will do, and we'll just échale ganas. That's all there is to it, you know?
Just be a good person and work hard.
Period. We don't know what tomorrow, what we might meet someone that's going to take us a whole different, you know, direction.
And don't let someone on social media discourage you.
Please don't. I mean, I hope that whatever message we delivered today was more that, not to bring anybody down, but just don't just feel that just because somebody is telling you out there this is the way it needs to be, that's their vision. Let them, you know, and this is, pick and choose whatever you think might fit, but nunca te va a salir igual como esa persona. And if you try to mimic it, it's not going to.
Right.
I've now been doing the radio, and it's been working for me for over 10 years now. And I am very super transparent, and I think that people don't know how to really work the radio and advertise it, because you get so much out of it. But with that said, what I'm saying, and this is not just because somebody's doing it, and again, hey, I'm gonna share my stuff. You could come on air with me as well. no te van a dar los mismos resultados. And I just want that to everybody to understand that. Like, what you do whatever works for you, whatever feels good, and what's genuine mostly.
What's genuine, and people will see that.
Because people see it.
People see right through it. And that's another segue that hopefully we can get into, especially with Latinos. We are different. Our culture is very...
Yes, they are.
Very different. We don't tolerate smoke. We don't tolerate bullshit, right? We can see right through it, and we can tell if someone's speaking from their heart. And so oftentimes talk about imposter syndrome. There's people that want to capitalize on the Latino market. I get it. We're the fastest growing path to home ownership is Latinos.
Pero no les dan, and what you said, because I know you have a story you're going to say, and I want to piggyback on that. She'll elaborate a little bit more. Pero los Latinos we're made differently. Y cuando yo digo differently, we're better. Hell yeah, we're better.
Hell yeah.
We're made.
Duh.
No. En todo el buen sentido, buen humor acá, we are made differently. Pensamos diferentes, hacemos las cosas diferentes, nos enseñaron las cosas diferentes.
Yes.
And even just on the financial side,
yes.
Not to take away from lenders, and let's do it. Let's do the right thing always, the ethical thing. Pero we're not Latinos are not cookie cutters. No cabemos siempre en esa cajita, okay, en ese cuadrito. Even though you try to fit us in there, we are messy and we want to colorear. Yes.
And we need a little bit of help.
And we need help. So somebody who does not, again, everybody stick with what they freaking know and what they understand and stay in your lane. Now, alguien que es anglo, americano, lo que sea, no va a entender por qué un latino tiene dinero abajo del colchón. No lo van a entender. That's just the bottom line, okay? We understand it. We don't care. We know how to go around it. And this is just one of the things. A lot of Latinos will not talk to you if you are not their same language. They're not going to trust you.
No les va a tener confianza.
No te
They're
van
not
a,
going to
no.
have confidence in you.
And Yvette had an experience, and I wanted to talk about it, but that's one thing. Not to say que no más con Latinos, because hay unos Latinos que they're anti-Latinos too, because they think we're...
Trying to get over on them, but that's okay. I mean, that's part of the culture. But and I won't go into details, but there's times where, people come to me and they're Spanish speaking and they don't. Others have not taken them seriously. I look at their stuff and they're very well qualified. They just needed a little push. Or there's maybe an agent that didn't want to let go of a client because they saw money commission signs, but they didn't speak Spanish, so they didn't want to let them go. Correct. And they tried, but ultimately...
Entre tus Latinos call you on social media. I'm just playing. Go. I'm just playing. Go.
And they fail miserably because it's not the same culture y no les tengo confianza y no sé qué me está preguntando. I hear it all. And then they feel comfortable. And literally, I took over something, a client, and I literally didn't change a thing. Everything was the same, just the way that I explained it to them. They're like, okay, now we feel comfortable. It makes sense. We trust you. We trust what you're saying. We didn't know what they were saying before, but now it makes sense. It's just a human connection, and our culture is very rooted in honesty and transparency.
Yeah. And the trust. Más que nada. I think that at the end of the day, if they have to feel like they trust you para darte
100%.
Hasta su hijo.
Y no nada más latinos. Hay muchas culturas que son así, que yo trabajo con otras culturas que no son latinos, but we have the same culture. How do you say it? The same
cultura,
the same. It's the same thing. It's all about trust.
Okay, to piggyback on that. Okay, one thing is, and again, otras culturas though tend, for the most part, to stick with their own.
They do.
Cultura.
That is true. That is true.
Por tan maldito que sea esa persona,
yes.
Or they don't trust them because cada cultura sabe como su cultura. But I feel sometimes as, and this is super important. I still will stick with my Latinos 100%, but I'm just saying, I think sometimes the Latinos could deviate a little bit on the other side, thinking this other person could do a better job. Do you see what I'm saying?
Because they trusted something that they said. And even the cultures that stick to their cultures, the only way they will maybe switch is if you truly can offer them something better. Like
Correct.
if they see an incentive to go with someone else, they'll go
Correct.
with it. But you just have to be able to communicate that effectively and honestly.
Yeah.
Say, I understand that this is your buddy. This is, and as a preferred lender for a builder that offers incentives, I come across this all the time. People come in and tienen su agente, and they're loyal to them, and I respect that. I never talk crap about any other lender. I never say, oh, no, they're not going to do a good job. They will do a good job for you, I'm sure. They're just fine. But here's what I can do for you. Here's me. My name's Yvette. This is what I can do for you, and this is how I can help you. If you choose me, this is what we will do. All I could do is my best. And then you can compare and decide for yourself, right? And that's all we could do. There's so much competition in this business. What sets you apart? Honesty, transparency, giving someone a good deal, doing your job. Answering your phone. Even just picking up your phone is a lost art.
Yeah, it's true. And good point. In this industry, it's so damn competitive.
It is. You have to set yourself apart, and everyone's going to have something better. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. But here's what I can do. If you team up with me, if you team up with us, this is what we will provide to you. Okay. And if they feel the value and they trust, you're going to have a client for life.
Yeah. We're so competitive, and it goes back now, with también what we're putting out there, and what we're not putting out there, and sometimes I think going back to that, somebody asked me yesterday, like, well, how do you, and actually right now when I was on the hallway, like, how do you compete with the competition? Like, how did it set you apart if the newbies are offering you shit on social media too now?
It's so bad. It's this is on social media. I saw this online. I saw this on a billboard. There's a lot of misinformation online, 100%. And I'm always like, oh yeah, that's cool. I saw that too. Let's take a look at it, because let's dissect it. Oh, look, in small print, they're charging you 3 points. Oh, look, in small print, you have to sign something that maybe you're not comfortable with. So not everything that glitters is gold. And as long as you break it down to someone and say, I understand that you saw this and it looks great. Let's kind of see what it is. Let's look at it together, and then they'll see, oh shit, you're right. Like, okay, well, what can you do? This is what I could do.
So be careful. That's another thing. Like, not everything you see is real. There's a lot of fakeness out there and stuff, and just kind of stay true with what resonates a little bit more. Anywho, oh my God, what an emotional damn podcast.
I feel like I'm going to get both fired and...
You didn't say anything. That was, I don't know.
I just thought,
I might get promoted. They might call me back.
You're going to get promoted. You might have to hire me.
Did you say anything that you shouldn't have?
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like that. Like,
that's the thing. We're so afraid.
And that's our culture, right? That's another part.
Even then, everything's so politically correct. Like, everything, no podemos ya, even, wait, hold on. Even movies now that I've watched for many, many years, favorite movies. This weekend I was watching a movie, and I was like, wait, what happened to that scene? Porque ahora ya están cortando todo because everybody's freaking offended for everything that you say.
Yeah.
So... No, you didn't say anything.
Damn if you do, damn if you don't.
It is what it is. You didn't say anything.
That's how I feel. I said what I said.
No, says nada. I mean, I don't think you said anything wrong. I might have a lot of fucking haters after that.
You know what? Haters is part of the process,
too. That's Danny's thing all the time. He tells me, he goes, Liz, if they're saying something good, if they're saying something bad, you're doing something right. If you are in their mouth, I get that. God, como hablan de mí. You know what? In our relationship, it's so funny because he's the nice guy. Well, he looks like the nice guy. And yo soy la más bocona, obvio, So, en el mismo grupo, it's so funny. En el mismo grupo, it seems like everybody's like, hi, Liz. I was like, why is it that I always get the hate? Y a ti te ven como
el santo.
Yeah, because no hablas, so you make it seem, but you know what? I'm like, you don't want to decir nada. No, I'm not going to change.
But that's it. It's part of the thing. I mean, haters are going to be there. They see something in you that they lack in themselves and makes them feel a certain way about themselves. So to make themselves feel better, they're going to talk crap.
So damn if you do and damn if you don't, like you just said.
Yes.
So funny, and I keep going back to this because it's very... Ya los questions down the drain. Ya me conocieron quién soy.
We could do one question.
Espérate. Pero quiero decir algo. Y no me gusta freaking names because obviously I'm sure they're going to watch it because me están siguiendo and stuff. So I post a lot more on my, I post a lot more on my business. Again, we go back to that, pero pongo lo que me da la gana y no pongo que digamos all the time. I don't, okay? Versus my personal, okay? Because no quiero enfadar tampoco a la gente, okay? Bottom line. I know. But anyways, okay. But I'm very transparent. At the end of the day, I am. Whether I'm posting or el que me conoce, you know what I'm all about. And my face expression shows it and all that. So now, I've always, like I said, and not to my home, I've always been fucking big deal. No más que pues no he puesto, stuff because pues, social media has just been big lately. But lately, I've been putting stuff, pues lo que vamos a hacer. Because you know what, we do want to, we're proud of ourselves, right? Podcast, me moví de oficina, blah, blah, blah. Sigo siendo la misma Liz, but just certain things. So I get a call the other day from someone, and this person said, "Ay, ya no me llamas, ya because estás famosa."
¿Ya te crees?
Ah, ya, exactamente. And they're like, "Oh my God," they're calling me and asking me, pues, Liz, ¿qué está haciendo? ¿Qué va a hacer un podcast? And then, you know what? Te pones a pensar exactly that. You're like, damn, man. Cuando la gente no te ve, and they're guessing, they're like, oh, ¿estará trabajando? No está haciendo nada. Is she really doing good? Pero, y cuando pones, you're like, oh, but what is she doing? Oh, is she really, like, fuck, like, it's like, no ganas. No.
Do you think that that's a cultural thing, like a Mexican thing? Like, you're either too fat or you're too skinny?
I don't know. It's kind of like, damn if you do, and damn if you don't.
I think that's part of our culture.
Like, you get in trouble, I guess. You get in trouble no matter what you say. So I'm like,
so fuck it.
¿Sabes? Pues sí, si no te gustó, no te gustó. And I said, pues dile a tu gente, if they're asking you, que me llamen a mí. Que me pregunten, obvio, lo estoy poniendo en social media. So que me hablen a mí, yo les digo lo que estoy, and maybe I could help them be better what they're doing. I don't know. I've always done good. Do you want me to give you play-by-play of what I do or don't do so you can hate me more? Imagine if I posted everything that I do.
That's true.
So haters, I feel
it's part of the
wait,
game.
Y también mi gente. I love mi gente Latina. I love them. Again, that's my niche. That's who I sell to. But sometimes, maybe it is a cultural thing.
I'm telling you.
So there's been times where, I don't know if you get this, I've had clients ya que tienen un poquito más de confianza. Si uno compra un carro nuevo or something, she goes, te está yendo bien.
Me cobras mucho.
¿Cuánto te pagaron?
Sí.
It could be.
Yeah, it is. And that's why.
That's so funny. Oh, my God. I'm going to post all my cars on social media.
Look at my outfits from Fashion Nova, people. Okay, tengo like a hole right here. No.
Hey, none of this. No.
But as a lender, I don't care about that. I see people pull up on cars, and I just see debt.
Thank you.
But you're right. It's a Hispanic thing. They see us doing good. Ay, que es cartel, de narco. Es un narco.
Why?
Because you have real estate. Because you did well in real estate, you're a narco.
But why can't, I think, and that's the thing, why can't we ask each other? Like really help. Like, you people out there, if somebody's asking you, like, why can't we really be like, hey, ¿cómo le hiciste? Like, hey, what are you doing? Like, I want to know what you're doing. Like, why can't...
I don't know. Why can't we do that? That is such a good question, and it's...
I want to learn from the best. Like, I have so much more. Like, I'm the first to say, like,
is
hey,
it pride?
I don't know. Is it going to show your cards que no estás haciendo bien? Are you going to be like, oh my God, maybe I'm not making enough, or no say. But sometimes I think that we need to really ask that. Like, hey, you know what? She's doing good. I want to ask her, like, how did she do it? Or she got this. I want to know how.
When's the last time someone asked you that? When's the last time someone approached you in that matter?
I don't get that often. And it's sometimes it's strangers or other, but even that, like, within our own, do you get that within our own, like, people? Sometimes I don't feel like, hey, you know what? I'm doing good. Like, why don't you, I want to help. I will help. Sit down and ask me, and I'll show you. Come sit with me. Let's do this together and stuff. Instead of you behind my back talking shit about me.
Watching your social media,
on like, oh, well, you think she really is doing good? Oh no, maybe she's just lying because social media. Just why don't you ask me? I don't. Do you get that asked often?
I don't, and I think that's so important. I love to ask it. I'm constantly calling my competitors and asking, how are you doing? And there's some that do actually will check in on me too that are competitors, and we have conversations.
Yeah.
And I think that's really what I want to surround myself people from now on, is people that have that mindset. Like, let's collaborate. What are you doing that's working? What are you doing that's not working? And I think sometimes we mix ourselves up with people that are not like that, and that's why we get so frustrated.
And I think that's what it is. I'm probably associated with a lot.
You are.
I am. I know that. And
And it's okay, because it's part of the process.
Yeah.
But now it's time to level up and surround yourself. If you want to join the team, we have a culture. We have a code of conduct. This is how we're going to be.
Correct.
And period. And either you're with us or you're not, and that's okay if you're not. But you have something to teach. You have the program. You have the formula. Here it is. Do you want to take it or not? No? Okay.
Yeah. I am all willing and ready again to teach and help. Uno sabe que sola no crece. You need people, to help you grow, be better and overall and stuff. And those who don't like to share or feel like they can't ask or feel that they can't share, I have the biggest thing. Then I always say this. It's funny. It's in one of my questions. But what do you live like? Lo que es tuyo y nadie te lo va a quitar. That's the bottom line, and I'm a strong believer of that. So remember that when you're out there trying to help. Remember when you're trying to ask questions. What's yours? It's yours, and no matter.
I love that.
It's true, but it's what belongs to you. No matter who comes and attacks it and hates on it and tries everything behind your back
to steal it.
To steal it. Si no es para ti, si Dios no te lo tiene para ti, no te lo tiene para ti.
100%.
It's true though. It is 100%. Yours, and that it's proven for me over and over and over again. So instead of, and I know that, and sometimes I even question sometimes they go all that thing that we start thinking and we question. I was like, I'm exactly where I need to be at.
Yes.
I'm exactly where he said I was going to be, and I'm only going to continue to grow. And no matter what everybody else is saying or doing or trying, or I think they're trying, it's not for them. It's mine. So bring it on, you.
Eso.
So, all right. Anyway, so it was a very emotional podcast. I love that it went a little bit more longer than what I expected. Sorry, I'm not going to say sorry. No, I'm not sorry I got emotional.
Sorry, not sorry.
No, I'm not sorry. It's who I am, and I think we needed to talk about it and stuff. And I'm going to have more moments like this, and it's okay. So I want all of you que entiendan que sigan haciendo quien ustedes y no cambien por nadie. And if people have something to say, well, then we're doing something right. So, bueno, los dejo. Hasta la próxima. Este es un show para ustedes, de ustedes. No sé cómo lo dije, pero bueno, un poquito de todo. Hasta la próxima. Liz Alarcon, la reina de las casas.